Hello, I'm going to tell you the story of the Horton Grand Hotel at 311 Island Avenue. This hotel was built by Peter Meyerhofer in 1889. He was a German immigrant, and his intentions were to make a replication of the Innsbruck Hotel in Austria. This became a hotspot in San Diego in the late 1800s, and this is around the time of the Transcontinental Railroad, so it attracted a lot of people into the area at the Horton Grand Hotel. Now, also around this time, some famous people such as Wyatt Earp, who was a famous lawman, and his brother Virgil also came to the area, and they stayed for 7 years. Now, in the around 18... So also some other famous people that have stayed at the Hotel Grand would include President Benjamin Harrison and King Kalakaua from Hawaii. Okay, and so a lot of people stayed at this hotel. One of the more famous hauntings that have happened at this hotel, at the Horton Grand Hotel, is the story of a man named Roger Whittaker. Roger Whittaker was a gambling man. So he stayed in this hotel, and at this time it was okay to gamble in the hotel's lobby and play poker. And Roger Whittaker was very good at playing cards. He was a card shark. He made lots of money gambling, and one of the people that would join in these gambling parties was his brother-in-law. Well, he was on a winning streak this one night, and he was drinking a lot also. At the end of the night, he had won a lot of money. He had kept winning, and everybody just became disappointed that they were losing, and they left. Well, as the night progressed and everybody had left this poker party in the lobby at the Horton Grand Hotel, he decided to go to his room. His room number is 309, or was 309. As he was going to his room and he was fumbling with his keys to get in, his brother-in-law came to him, angrily approached him, and was angry that he had won so many times during their poker night and insisted that he cheated. Roger denied this, but again, he was very drunk, and there was a scuffle that ensued, and his brother's gun went off and went through the deck of winning cards that Wyatt had in his pocket, and the bullet went through the cards and pierced his heart, and he died, unfortunately. And so the story goes that over the years there have been some hauntings and unusual, odd sightings in room 309 at the Horton Grand Hotel, such as lights flickering, lights turning on and off, the AC being shut off, items of clothing being moved around, and also other strange happenings. So there was one instance where a gentleman named Todd was a spectator of hauntings and was interested in this story in room 309, which he was staying at. So he asked the hotel staff a lot of questions about this room, which not very many people had a lot to say about it. So he carried on, and he was a little disappointed that he hadn't seen anything take place in his room. So he carried on throughout the evening, went out with some friends, had some drinks, and was a little tipsy, not drunk. He arrived at his room and opened his door at 309, and he saw a deck of cards all over his floor. as well as a large dark spot on the carpet. So he shut the door. He stepped out of his room and made sure, is this my room? Is it 309? And sure enough, it was 309. So he went back inside of his room, but the cards were gone, and so was the spot. So he went over, but he did notice there was an empty glass, and it smelled like there was whiskey inside the glass. And also, it looked like someone had been sitting on his clean sheets, which he hadn't really gone into his room at this point until now. So he called the front desk, and the front desk said, "Oh, no, we don't know anybody that has been in your room besides housekeeping. So we're really sorry. We're going to send somebody up to grab that glass, and we'll make sure that doesn't happen again." So that was that. After that, Todd just thought that was really odd, and that story always stuck with him, and he retold that story over the years, and people could tell that he really felt what he saw, and what he saw that time was real. So that was a particular story that is part of room 309, and the story of Roger Whittaker, the gambling card shark at the Horton Grand Hotel, built in 1989 at 311 Island Avenue. Thank you very much.